Right, super. So, dun, dun, dun. So we've done a little tech check. You can all hear my tunes when I play them, and you can all see me and my beautiful Christmas tree and my warm, roaring fire behind me, all ready for this evening's activities. Fantastic. So thank you so much for joining me. Come on in to the fireside, grab your hot chocolate, switch on your fairy lights if you've got some, da, 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 da. And bonfire nuts already done, so it is officially festive mode creeping in. Now the thing is, those of us that go, oh, it's too early for Christmas, and I do this every year, suddenly December is there. Suddenly it's only 6 weeks till Christmas or 5 weeks till Christmas, and everything feels chaotic. And so tonight is your opportunity with your business to make sure that you put this time aside. We're going to brainstorm, we're going to have a little bit of fun with it, and we're going to come up with an entire content plan for your December. Because once that's ticked off your list, once you've got that content planned, created, and scheduled, then that's when you can relax. You can sit back knowing that's handled. That's one job ticked off the list, that your clients, your customers are all communicated with, that you have done everything you wanted to do in that front. Oh, just let Linda back in. And then you can focus on yourself, your family, creating the Christmas magic or not that you want to. So if you brought a Christmas jumper or a Christmas hat, 10 out of 10 for commitment. Give yourself an elf point, because tonight we are collecting elf points. So keep a note of it. One for anyone who's got their Christmas hat or Christmas jumper or Christmas sparkly lights or Christmas dress on, or Christmas hat on, or even got their Christmas candy cane. I'm not going to have 5 points, just the one. But keep a note of it, because at the end there will be prizes, and points make prizes. So there will be a point for those with the most elf points by the end of the evening, and I'll be giving them out throughout the night. So quick heads up, we're recording. Keep your cameras on if you can. If you're having your tea, that's absolutely fine. Come and join us. It just helps the energy of the evening. If your name's not on the screen, I think everybody's is, so we know who everyone is, so everyone else knows everyone else. And please feel free to use the chat. In fact, why don't you right now pop in the chat what your business or businesses are? And I know many of you in here have multiple businesses, so pop them in the chat, and maybe with one festive emoji that sums up your December vibe. Oh yeah, I've got a bell as well. What did I do with that? Oh yes. So that will be my timer at the end of each round tonight, instead of my usual playing music one. So by the end of this evening, you will go away with 3 to 5 content pillars sorted and ready. You will have some December themes. You will have the best part, if not all of, a 31-day content calendar planned out and ready, and everything ready to go. No faff, lots and lots of sparkle. So who have we got in the chat? We have got, let's have a quick look. We have got, let me make that bigger, because I am of a certain age where one needs a slightly larger screen. Weight loss and well-being, weight loss, wellness, supplements, nutrition, beauty, interiors, oh, photography, a gym, building company, fabulous. Oh, photography and filming properties. Oh yes, Christmas will be awesome for that. Yes, chaos to calm with Sammy, absolutely. Bounce back queen coaching, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Bar humbug, it is still November, says Sonia Christie. Well, Sonia Christie, you and I are having a lunch on the 3rd of December, so I hope you're going to bring your festive sparkle, because it will be December then. There will be no holding me back. Right, okay, so without further ado, let me share my screen, because I like a festive PowerPoint. Can you see my screen, lovelies? You can. Yay. Thank you for the thumbs up. Oops, so probably you have got, there we are. Have you got the full or the notes? The full. Yeah, because the notes, I haven't got any notes, but you know, you don't want to see everything, do you? And it will also spoil what's coming up. So welcome to the fireside. Grab your hot chocolate. Okie dokie. Throughout the night, I did hint you are going to earn elf points. They're entirely made up and they absolutely mean absolutely nothing about us. However, they are weirdly motivating because we all love a sticker, don't we? We all love a little point. We always love a little bit of recognition. So I'll be handing those out, like I say, through the evening. And tonight I will crown tonight's engagement elf with a prize. Okay. So let's first of all have a think about yourself and content planning. Think naughty, think nice. Pop in the chat one naughty habit you have with your content planning, with your social media content. And when I say content planning and social media content, yes, I mean posting on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and TikTok and all the others, or whichever ones you use. But I also mean blogging. I also mean podcasting. I also mean whatever content, however you might create that. And I know lots of you do blogs and podcasts as well. So naughty, lastminute.com, no planning, no posting, winging it. Oh my God, I love them. Oh my God, you're so naughty. My goodness, we definitely need to put you all on the nice list. So, what's one nice habit you are committed to adopting for December to get into Santa's nice books and make sure that you don't have coal in your stocking on the 25th? Procrastination. That's a terrible, naughty habit, isn't it? Do it, says Sammy. Yes, post every day, Rachel. What a challenge. Awesome. Now, if you don't post normally at all, maybe every day is going, you know, from here to the moon. So maybe it's 3 times a week. Remember, consistency is not every day. Consistency is regularly. But if you want to challenge yourself to post every day, and I've got something coming up at the end that will really help you with that. Absolutely fabulous. Nice. Posts that matter and mean something. Oh, I like that one, Sally. Great. Posts that matter and mean something. Get the plan made and schedule them. Absolutely. Plan. 3 well-planned reels a week, Alex. Awesome. Plan and post early morning, or get early morning. I hope are you gonna plan every early morning, or are you gonna plan it in advance? Reels, says Debs Dawson. Are we challenging you to do a reel? Get in. I do meaningful ones. Absolutely. Some brilliant stuff there. Get it. Absolutely awesome. And those are our commitments, but we've got to put in habits to make those things happen. So let's get ourselves really organized and ready for this. So, dun, dun, dun. Oh, go back. We're not ready to spin the wheel. Choose your wrapping paper. So first of all, we need to choose our wrapping paper. This is our festive content pillars. What do your clients think about? Your customers, your clients? What is it they want to hear or need to hear in the realm of your business during the month of December? Is it something different to how you might normally be, or is it the same? So we want to come up with 3 or 4 festive content pillars. I've put some examples on the screen here that you might find useful. And you might not. That's entirely up to you. If you can come up with any others, pop them in the chat if there's anything you can come up with. But I want you to come up with 3 or 4 festive wrapping paper to wrap all your posts and gifts into your clients this Christmas. So everyone has a theme. A challenge sheet, absolutely. So maybe that becomes a theme throughout December for you, some kind of challenge. Absolutely great. That I'm still here, that I'm enjoying, that I won't let them down, and I know what I'm doing. So expertise. So being, you know, I don't know how you put that in festive terms, Amanda. Being Santa, being the one that you're still there and you're still enjoying it. So joy, maybe joyfulness is a whole content pillar. So that's what they need to hear, which is brilliant. So maybe joyfulness is a whole pillar. You know, joy to the world, joy to my world, you could create as a pillar. That could be it. Doing it together, Julie. So community and togetherness, that's a real festive feel, isn't it? So maybe that community and together. So we're creating themes rather than specifics, and within those specifics, those things. But it is useful to think about what your clients and customers. If anyone's come up with any other things, tasty treats that help not hinder. Lovely, Alex. Absolutely. Brilliant. Any others, pop them in the chat if there's any other themes. And I want you to write down for yourself festive giveaway. So that's something you could do. What theme would that come under, Samantha? Have a think about what theme might that raffle come on. Support, how is that Christmas? Well, maybe it's giving, maybe it's gifts and giving, the gift of support. You're gifting someone something, you're gifting someone time, you're gifting someone your energy. Maybe it's something in that there. Challenges and advice over the festive period. So these are things that you might put specifically in, but let's think broader umbrella. What are three? I want you to put all these ideas under 3 or 4 umbrella headings that you're going to talk about, only those 3 or 4 things throughout December. What are those themes? Have a real little, yeah, that might be it. Preparing for the new year. That absolutely might be one of the themes you talk about during December. 12 days of Christmas for the 26th onwards. Great. Yeah, absolutely. You might do that. Absolutely. That might be a whole theme you talk about. My new branding and filtering it through. Absolutely. So that could really be in a theme of new birth. I mean, gosh, isn't that what we're supposed to be celebrating at Christmas? If that's what the whole festival is about. I mean, I am not a believer, but if you are, then you know the birth of Jesus is what Christmas Day is all about. So maybe new rebirth, Kelly, rebirth, newness, all of that's a really great thing. And so that becomes a theme that isn't just about your branding, but is about rebirth for everybody, like a, you know, a whole rebirth of an image, for example, or rebirth of confidence, or whatever it might be within that photography. How to build on the new year coming, definitely newness. Great, we've got some great stuff in here. So make sure for yourself in your notebook you have got 3 or 4, and try and nail it to just 3 or 4, not specifics, but the overarching umbrella theme. Okie dokie. Now, what I am going to do is pop into the chat. I have, for those of you who maybe, you might use a planner to put your December stuff in. You might make your own one up. That is absolutely fine too. I have got a PDF all ready for you, an elegant monthly planner for December. So if you wish, you can open it. It's basically a calendar with blank spaces for each day of the month. You might do it in a planner, you might do it on a page, you might do it in whatever way visually suits you. But I wanted to give you something that you could use. I've just seen Christmas survival, Sammy, and I totally get that in the context of your business. But maybe just maybe thinking of it in a more positive frame, rather than survival, which I know is the actual practicality of what happens. And I know that's the language that you might use with your clients and with your followers. But perhaps there's something for you as an umbrella topic that it comes under something that sounds more positive. So it really wants, so you can engage in it in a way that's really practical. And it might not be, it might just serve you to be Christmas survival. Okay, how to create a positive Christmas. Great. The more we talk, the more we share, the more ideas come up. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got our pillars. And underneath each pillar this evening is where I want you to put some posts, or to add on to here what pillar it comes under as you go. Some people choose to have specific dates when they cover an entire content pillar. Other people would prefer to dot them about, and that's what tends to work really best. I mean, if you're doing, Alex, you talked about doing the 12 days of Christmas, so that's going to kick in on the 26th, and that's going to be a chunk that's going to come out from December through into January. But there could be during the rest of December, that pillar may come up as you're talking about that coming in, and we'll see that in a minute, because a lot of you have talked about offers, which is what we're going to be coming onto now. Oh no, we're not. We're going to come on to that in a minute. We're going to come on to that in a minute. And before we do spin the wheel, because we did this last year and it's great fun and it just gets the festive juices flowing. So pillars are what you want to be known for in December, what you want to be known for in your business. It's the stuff that attracts people. It's the stuff that serves people and the stuff that sells. If it doesn't do one of those things, then it's not a pillar. And it might be that you're thinking of specific types of posts or things to post about rather than pillars. So your simple, sticky, sustainable pillars. And under each pillar, I want you to think, what's the win for your ideal client under each pillar? What's the win? What are they looking for? What's the win they could have under each of those things? So for example, if you had, so for me, one of my pillars might be education. And what my clients, the win for my clients in December is to save time, to get really efficient, to save time, because time is of the essence, particularly in December. So for me, that might be, I want to teach simple strategies that save time, because the win for my client is to save time. And that's under my umbrella of education. Under community, it might be something like shout outs to clients, to peers. It might be that whole community that actually recognition and reward is a thing that might come under community. So just giving you a couple of examples there. And remember that prison aren't pillars. Pillars aren't a prison that you must adhere to. They're guardrails. They're to stop us, our messaging be spray and pray. And we don't want our messaging to be spray and pray, to just be like, what can I talk about now? Well, I'll talk about that. What can I talk about now? I'll talk about that. We want to make sure that it's consistent messaging on 3 or 4 topics that we are known for specifically. And we talk about those things. And some of those things might be practical things, but ideally we want them to be value led. We want them to be things that give people, that show our values, that show why us. Why am I the person that you want to follow and listen to and follow my posts, not someone else? What is it about me? What do I want you to think about me? What do I want you to know about me? So that's what we're going to be, that's what our pillars really want to encompass. It gives us clarity. So we've chosen our wrapping paper. And we've chosen our themes. We've named our themes. And we've thought about what the win is for each client. Anyone want to share some of their wins and their themes? You can unmute if you want to share.
I don't mind.
Who's that? Who said that? Was that
Kelly?
Kelly? Yes, Kelly. I'd love you to share.
I picked one of the pillars of behind the scenes, and
Yes.
I need to expand that more, just showing how the magic works, what's involved, the time and the effort to get that result. So, and grow the values of that behind the scenes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And I think that really, and what's the win for your client in you showing the behind the scenes?
That they can see the time and effort and the passion that I'm giving for the result and the care.
Absolutely. So they get to see that about you. They get to know that there's time spent, that there's passion, that there's care. I would also suggest one other thing, which is standing in your client's shoes. By seeing the behind the scenes, what your client gets to see is real relatability, and maybe gives them a sort of relief, because, you know, particularly having your photograph taken, we know it's not always everyone's most favorite thing to do. and some people get very self-conscious about it, but the more they see your behind the scenes, the more they see Kelly, it
Comfort zone.
disarms
Yeah.
you of any sort of frostiness or oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it actually goes, actually it's really cool, and it answers people's questions before they even come for the shoot. So
Yeah.
do I wear this, do I wear that, do I do this, do I do that, will there be a mirror, will there be a toilet, will there be somewhere to change, will there be all of those questions? You can answer them in those before the scenes. So actually that's like a real gift to give your
Mm.
clients, and thinking of it from that aspect. Awesome. Thanks for
Thank
sharing,
you.
Kelly. Give yourself an elf point.
Yay.
Sonia, did I see you unmute?
Yep, I've got 3 self-compassion, and the win was, I think, to feel kindness towards ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, because how hard is December for most of us?
yeah, that's what I thought,
And
rather than beating
particularly
ourselves up.
your ideal client, and I know who your ideal client is, and that the prime age, and it is where it's those women in midlife where they bear the entire emotional load,
Exactly.
and it can be heavy and hard, and especially women who have families of whatever ages. They might be looking after parents, they might be looking after children, whether small or teenagers or grown-up children, but they might also be organizing, they might also be hosting, they might also be working.
It's already starting, isn't it? I had
Yeah.
a client today who said that she's already feeling it with all the Christmas plays and all Christmas prep and all of that starting, and it's
Oh,
already
yes.
starting, and
Yeah.
we're not even in December yet, so
Absolutely.
just
And it
exhausting.
happens and it creeps up so fast. That's the thing. And I envy people. I sort of get really like, "Urgh, you're such a swot." People who've got all their Christmas shopping done and wrapped by the end of October or something.
I
But
haven't even
then I
started
actually
mine.
go, why do I get so cross about it? Because I know I'm going to be that person at 2 a.m. Christmas morning still wrapping stocking fillers for my children, because it's usually where I've gone, and I don't want that. I aspire to be the person who has all my shopping done and wrapped and sorted. And that's in my personal life, but in our business life, that's why we're all here tonight. Brilliant. Thanks for sharing, Sonia. Taken out points. Excellent. Right. Okie dokie. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to let our juices flow, our creative juices flow. We're going to spin the wheel. This was a lot of fun last year. So bear with me, because I've got to stop sharing that one and I've got to start sharing my wheel. Now, I hope I've got my wheel on the screen. Where is my wheel? Where have you gone, wheel? Hold on, I might have to go and find my wheel now. Oh, hold on. 2 screens is clearly not enough. So I've got too many things in front of me. Right, that's not the right wheel. That's the right wheel. Okie dokie. So we should be able to share the wheel. And what we do in this exercise, girls and boys, oh, I think were we girls and boys? Did I see Jeff in here? He was in here and then he's popped out. So maybe he didn't jump in. We're all girls tonight. Okay. Can you see my wheel? Spinning around. Can you see it? With some festive words on it. I'm going to spin the wheel. And what I want you to do is really, really brainstorm. So literally a blank piece of paper, stream of consciousness, any ideas that come to your head when I call out the word that we stop on. Any ideas for posts, any ideas for thoughts, things you want, messages for your client. Really get into your client's shoes. Think from their perspective, think from your perspective, think from both. Ask yourself the question of both. So let's give it a spin and see what word we're going to be brainstorming first. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look, you join me at the fireside. Fireside is our word. So fireside, literally 60 seconds to brainstorm anything that comes up for you around fireside, the word fireside. Thanks, Linda. Yes, he did. He said he was doing jazz. It's because I saw him in the waiting room earlier. He has his jazz.
Is this under each column?
You can put this on a whole separate page.
Okay.
A whole separate page, because these are prompts and ideas and thoughts that you will then put under each of your content pillars, and you'll then think about, you know, oh, I've got an idea for fireside, and it might be that actually it's an idea for a reel, or it might be an idea for a picture that you want to use, or it might bring up an idea for some content that you want to talk about. Fireside, to me, I might think of toasting marshmallows, and then I might think, okay, toasting marshmallows, you know, maybe that's outdoors, maybe, you know, what is that? That's community. This, I mean, just let your brain run in that stream of consciousness way, and it might bring you, you know, togetherness, telling stories around the fireside. So it might bring up a story, it might be something, you know, that just bring something up. I'm just sort of playing off the top of my head there. We're going to do a few of these. I'm going to do them very rapid fires. Did I just read what you wrote down? Yes, I actually have a special line straight into your head, Miss Dawson. I do. Yes. It's filthy sometimes, let me tell you. Okie dokie. We're going to hit the spin again. Let's see what else we've got to set our juices flowing. Oh, Christmas jumper. Christmas jumper. What does that bring into your mind? What ideas, thoughts? Anything that could be content related from you, from your clients? Imagery, metaphors. There might be nothing. There might be something. Just go with what comes in your head and scribble it down. Bullet points. Oops. Let's go for another spin. Gingerbread house. Gingerbread house. Gingerbread man, run as fast as you can. Jelly tots, sweeties, dripping icing. The whole thing falling apart just as you've got it all together. What does gingerbread house smell? Oh. Creation, building, tradition, sweetness. Big bad wolves. Remove gingerbread house and let's move on and find something else to get our scribbles going on. Ooh, nutcracker. Nutcracker. Are we thinking walnuts and pistachios? Are we thinking those old metal crackers, or are we thinking the toy soldier? Are we thinking ballet? Are we thinking dance? What is it that nutcracker evokes for you? My dad used to sit every Christmas with some nutcrackers and a huge bowl of mixed nuts, and he'd sit there and crack them and munch away. See what else we've got to see what might evoke some thoughts. Ah, good old hot chocolate. I know that'll be good for lots of you who offer hot chocolate, but maybe think outside the box. Maybe think outside of the physical hot chocolate. Just made my son a big flask of hot chocolate to take fishing this afternoon. That warm, fuzzy feeling, that sweetness, that coziness. Stickiness, the melting chocolate. Think of something else. Oh, fireside, we had that already. So I'm just going to remove that one because I forgot to remove it the first time around. And spin again. Wrapping. Wrapping paper. Preparing gifts. Ribbons, bows, sparkles, messages, surprises. Worst job ever, I'm a bag lady. Oh, I love wrapping.
I knew Joe would have put that before I even looked up.
That's all right. So wrapping for you brings up very different things, and that's okay. Wrapping for you is about efficiency, about tidiness, about just getting it done in a way that works for you. Now, that in itself is a thought that comes up from doing that, getting the job done in a way that works for me. That's a great theme for posts. Stu doesn't like wrapping. Yes, he did wrap me up for my elves. Yes, he did. 5 hours I sat there wrapped up on the sofa in wrapping paper like a wally whilst the kids had a lie in, even though they'd been up at 6 a.m. every blooming day for the week before.
I was going to say, I remember that when you were expecting them to be up at like 4 o'clock in the
I
morning.
was, and they chose that morning to sleep in. Typical. Me and Stu were up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get me wrapped up and ready. Hey ho.
Since that one, my youngest actually wrapped up an entire room for his brother's birthday one year. Down to the light switches and everything. I was like, oh,
well, my little friends are out to play because they're not making an appearance this year. I did 10 years. That's enough. My little friends are now friends to play with. They're not friends to come for Christmas. Right, one final one. Let's spin the wheel. And the kitchen. Yes, I did that. I was up for hours doing that one. And Stu definitely didn't do any wrapping of that. He went to bed and went, good luck. Shopping. What does that evoke? What's that from, shopping in terms of from a client perspective, from a business perspective? That covers so much. And it could just be buying, how we buy things, that we might want to buy more, that we might want to get bargains, we might want to get 2 for 1, we might want to get buy 2 get 1 free offers. We're all looking for deals in December. We're looking for quality, we're looking for value, but we're looking for efficiency. But how do we buy? What are we attracted by? Visually, the sounds, maybe those are the avenues you can mind map and go down with shopping. Brilliant. We might come to a few more of those later just to get our juices flowing. But right now, let's go back to my presentation. We've done spin the wheel. So what we're going to look at now is filling our stockings with, so the stockings here are your offers. I want you to think of what you offer and one or two specific offers to focus on during December. Now this might be a specific December bundle or package or offer that you're going to offer. It might be your 12 days of Christmas. It might be that there's a specific offer there or a challenge there. A challenge could become an offer. But I want you to think about one or two things that you really want to put out there for your clients in December. And for each of these things, I want you to think and start sketching out. In fact, put them in the chat. Put if you've got an offer that you're going to do, or pop it in the chat. Anything that you're going to focus on during December. A flash sale. So are you specific about that, Julie? Can you get really specific about what that flash sale is? What are you going to put on offer? What is it you're going to be offering someone so that you're very clear about the offer? So as we do this, 10% off for a 28-day order before Christmas. And this is from the 1st to the 12th December. Brilliant. So that's a very clear offer. Excellent. Products and suggested hacks. Okay, so, really get clear on this now, because the idea is there, which is brilliant. Gingerbread latte free with all orders. Awesome. Great. I've got 12 days of Christmas email for both, not the traditional days, both pre-Christmas. Awesome. And we're going to do some of that ourselves in here later. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Personalized calendar and top tips, set of Christmas recipes, agreed way days for Easter. So those are great things, messaging that you need to get out there to your clients before that. A free 30-day journal with all orders over £60 placed between Christmas and New Year. Brilliant. So that's a very specific thing that you're going to need to build up to. You can't just land on these things. Okay, so we're going to map out a little set of 5 posts to build up for this specific offer. So choose, if you've got a couple, choose one specific message that you want to get out there. And the first post I want you to spend a minute mapping out is a soft warm-up post. This is not selling anything. This is just talking about maybe the benefits of whatever your offer is going to give someone, why it matters for someone and why it matters now, but a warm-up conversation post. So if you were doing a full launch of a particular offer, let's say over 6 weeks, you might spend 2 weeks doing soft warm-up posts, but we're just going to create one post for each thing. And the warm-up is just opening up the conversation on that topic and talking around the things that you want the clients to be thinking about, that's going to lead them through that thought process in thinking about what it is that they might need, what might benefit them, so that as we go down, that you then show a proof post, a benefits post, objection busting, finally the call to action, that it's a natural thinking progression. It helps them make that decision one way or another of whether it's for them or not. And these warm-up conversation posts. So for your offer, what is a warm-up post? You can talk about what's conversational, not even about the actual offer itself, but about what that offer will give your clients, why this matters for them, without even talking about the offer at this stage. So let's just take so Alex, your free 30-day journal, that's the last comment. So it might be that you're going to talk about, being organized in the new year, making sure that, that you've got, your January, that you want to make sure that you don't want December to disappear and January just appear on you, but actually you know, and these are going to be quite late on, but about being organized and about starting the new year right, so allowing it to be a fresh start. So it might be just talking about fresh starts in January. A set of Christmas recipes. So you might be talking, if that's your offer that you're going to offer people, it might be that you're talking about, you know, again, being organized at Christmas and planning ahead with those recipes, making sure that you've got, you know, and you're not even talking about recipes at this point, but you're talking about all the delicious treats and how complicated they can be, but how easy they can be at the same time. How, in your case, it might be how calorific they can be, so that being a bit more organized allows you to plan ahead and make sure that you've got the right recipes for you, even in advance. Okay. Now have a think about a proof post. So having warmed your clients up with that post, what is a proof post? This is a testimony or a story or a lesson that that really illustrates something. Have a minute just having a think about how you could map out something that proves the benefit of what your offer is. The third post in this ladder is a benefits post. How will life be for that customer after buying your product or service? After booking in with you for that service or buying that product? What will the benefits be to them of taking you up on this offer? And that might be offer specific. And you want to make sure it is offer specific. If your offer is, who was it mentioned, a bundle, a 28-day bundle, Amanda, 10% off for a 28-day order. So the benefit of that, there's several benefits of that they're organized, they've got it all in advance, they've got choice, they've got all of that, but also they're saving money at a time which is, you know, it allows them to plan their money out in January, where it can be quite a tricky month for many people. And getting that benefit of doing that now, so they're ready for that fresh start. So that's the benefit. And the benefit of that, that's the, so the feature is they get money off and they get all the products, but the benefit is in peace of mind, ease, relief. All of those things are the benefits that your clients and customers would get from that. So how will life be for them when they buy your offer, your product or service? Glad you're loving it, coach. Absolutely. Breaking it down so that we can really go through that thought process. Share that journey so you can help, because that's what we're here to do, isn't it? Help people, whatever your business is. We all, and I know you are, because you wouldn't be following me if you weren't someone who was heart-led, because that's who I attract, because that's what I love, is, you know, is caring about helping people out, whatever. And selling is serving. And it's really important that we think of it in that way. We don't want to sell to people who don't want our stuff. We don't want to sell to people who it's not right for. We want to serve people. We want to help people. So the next one, objection buster. So, you know, put yourself in your client's shoes, that there's going to be some objections that naturally come up for people. And think of this as the person who, your ideal client, who really wants this offer. They want to take it up, but something's in the way. What are those some things? They're little things or big things, or they'll appear as big things to them. And maybe what you want to do, you want to slay this particular dragon for them. So before they come up with that objection, you want to post And it might be a carousel where you put 4 or 5 objection busting posts, whatever, you know, myths in there or whatever it might be. But the objections to buying your offer, what are they? Are they specific to December? Are they specific to this particular period of time? And we want to put a counter in there and reassurance of why, if they can handle that objection, if they can come over that objection, what is it that really is that objection saying, and what could be the counter to that, to reassure them. And then finally, the 5th post in this, and you might have several in each category, you might do, but you know, the 5th element of this pathway is a last call post. Now, be that, I mean, a call to action. This is the specific post. This is the selling post. This is the post that says, this is it. These are the dates. This is the thing. And this is the deadline. This is the offer. This is the solution. I've shown you the proof. We've talked about the benefits. We've looked at the objections. And this is the thing. If it's time for you, I'm here for you. This is your product. This is your service. This is what's available. With a call to action, very clear. Those in my membership today, we're doing a mini series on authority and embodying that authority, empowering yourself to be able to speak, stand behind your offers, to be able to stand behind what you give, what you're with power and purpose, but love and kindness. So being able to have that authority. And this is where we want to get clear, specific, and lay it out. This is what the answer is. Have a little think about how that fits for your offer. Ideas that you might come up with. What do you think? Okay, great. So I'm going to give you a couple of prompts I'm going to read out just to wrap this little section up. To fill your stockings. Oops, sorry, I've just increased my chat. It's just covered up everybody's face, which is no good. I like to see everybody. So this is to fill the stockings. On the top, I'm going to give you a couple of prompts to just brainstorm some of the things that might focus some of these posts for you. So what is the most asked question your clients either ask you about this kind of offer, or you can foresee the most asked question they're going to ask? And there might be a few. And what I would suggest is, for this kind of thing, you turn it into a carousel post. A carousel post where you post, for those who don't know it, you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10, 11, 12 of basically the same screen, but it follows a thought through. And that might be 5 tips for cooking your roast turkey, right? And then it might be number 1 tip, number 2 tip, number 3 tip. Or it could be, like we're talking about objections, reasons why you definitely shouldn't book a coaching session with me. 1, because you're grumpy and mean. 2, because you're uncoachable and don't want to change. 3, because you don't care less about your business or your clients. 4, you know, or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be numeric. It can be developed from one to the other, but that's what I mean by a carousel post. And there used to be sort of blank backgrounds, but actually I'm seeing loads at the moment where it's your photograph, which I think is great. And the photograph remains the same throughout, but the point changes. But however you do it, it can be whatever you want to do. But most asked questions are great for that. Tiny wins they can get today. Tiny wins. What are tiny wins your client could get today? Have a little brainstorm of that. Tiny wins for your clients, for your customers. And these can all go into goodwill posts. Little sparkles of joy through December that you can think of them as. Spreading that sparkly confetti. Tiny wins they can get today. And then my final prompt, what changes in January if they act now? So what we want to do is create a sense of urgency, but without the ick. We don't want to put pressure on people, but we all know that tomorrow never comes. And we all know that courage favours the brave. Fortune favours the brave. So when we're courageous, when we act before we're ready, because we're never ready, by the way, when we act before we're ready, when we take action, that's when the magic starts to happen, because that's when you commit to something. What changes for them for 2026 if they take action now? Have a little brainstorm of that. Okay. Awesome. Great stuff. Right. Have yourself a little stretch. I would play you some music, but for some reason, I can't get my head around playing the music whilst I've got both my screens on the... do I need lots of ingredients? Do I need to be a good cook? Great. Yeah. Great question. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Awesome. How many people dread doing the Christmas lunch? It basically is just doing roast dinner, but we build it up like it's some big thing. Awesome. That's a really great thread to go through. Brilliant. Give yourself a stretch. Have a little stretch. Have a little push out. Have a little, you know, we're an hour in and we've done lots and lots of thinking. We're going to start bringing this all together now and really creating this into our calendar. And then don't worry, those who are still on live at the end, we've got prizes and gifts from me. Christmas gifts and Christmas prizes. Excellent. Oh, I would play you some music, but I think I want to move on fast and furious. So the next thing I want to share with you is we're going to add candy canes. Now, these are some great hooks. Now, I have got a number of these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of ideas. These are ideas and examples. By all means, take a screenshot so you've got them all there of each of these pages. Absolutely do. But for each one, I want you to pick one and flesh it out a little bit for yourself. So great hooks are what get people in. This is the start of a post, the first 5 seconds of a reel, the first sentence on a caption. This is what gets people in. So the hook, and we're looking here at value and tip-based hooks, 3 tiny tweaks to save your sanity this December. That makes people want to go, oh my God, yes, please. I can have 3 tiny tweaks, please. I love 3 tiny tweaks. Before you post another Christmas update, do this first. Oh, what have I got to do? That gives me a bit of, oh, what do I need to know? The 15-minute routine that keeps your festive sanity on track. Your simple year-end checklist. Ditch the overwhelm. These are all things, some are better than others, but they're all hooks that make people go, oh, yes, I need to read on. I need to know more. There's some value and tips. Pick one and spend 30 seconds just fleshing it out for yourself. What could you potentially, where could you take that for you, your business, your messaging under your content pillars in your business for your clients? Going to move on to the next one. Story posts, relatable posts. Again, take a screenshot if you want to keep these all for later, but these are hooks that are really story-led. The moment my December plan stopped feeling chaotic. Now, you know, you see these hooks, so they are the first in the caption, the first line, or they are the first thing you say in a reel. But often, and I think it's really useful, particularly if you're Instagram people and these are Instagram social posts, that you put a cover on that has this on the cover, because then when new people come and look at your grid, they can see what things they might want to get in, and that draws them in to look at the content. These could be email headers. That could be the hook is the email subject, or it could be a WhatsApp subject, or it could be a blog post title. That's what all these hooks are for. How I'm keeping boundaries and festive cheer this year. What I'm saying no to so I can say yes to the right things. One for you, Kelly. Inside my elf workshop. Imperfect, but moving forwards. Perfectly imperfect. 3 mistakes I made last December and what I'm doing differently this year. The post I didn't want to share and why I did it anyway. A tiny tradition that keeps me motivated all month long. So all where it leads you in to tell a story for people to get to know you better, to get to relate. They can relate, they can see themselves in that story, in that hook. So you want to always think about speaking to the listening, speaking to what your clients, what's going on in their head. Again, pick one and just flesh it out. Don't waste time writing them all out. Take a screenshot. You're going to have the recording as well sent to you in an email, so you can always do the screenshots later as well. But just do the work at the moment to flesh one out a little bit for yourself, or just scribble some ideas. We're going to move on to the next one. Problem to relief. This is hooks about where the problem shows how we get relief from that problem. Stressed about December? Here's the calm shortcut you're looking for. Running out of time? This gets it sorted in minutes. Hate the faff? We've removed it completely. Last minute panic? Not on my watch. All that sort of thing. Tired, busy and over it? This makes life easier today. Think about ones that could work for you, or an adaptation of one of those that could really work for you and your clients. Moving on, outcome to the benefit. So we're looking at what the outcome is and what the benefit of the outcome is. Feel organised, festive, and actually on top of things. Small change, big sigh of relief. The outcome is you make a small change. The benefit is you have a big sigh of relief. That's really crystal clear in that one. The easy way to get it done and done well. Look polished with zero extra effort. Who wouldn't love that every morning? God, would I love a magic wand that does my shower, makeup and all that in one second. A little upgrade that makes every day nicer. Something you can achieve and what the benefit of that is. What is the benefit? And the benefit is the key thing. So many people in business, especially small business, especially solo business owners, speak about the features of what they sell and not the benefits. No one's interested in the features. Everyone is interested in the benefits. You can talk about the features later once somebody has bought into the benefits, once somebody is really clear about what is in it for them, what they're going to get out of it. Then you talk about the how that happens. But nobody buys the how that happens. They buy the benefit. Gifting to treats. Some hooks here. 1 thoughtful gift, 0 guesswork. For the person who says, I don't need anything. Gifts that actually get used and loved. Stocking filler magic under. That's a real proper kind of, you know. Roll up, roll up. Stocking filler magic. All under £1. All under £1. Don't be selling anything under £1, by the way. Not unless you were completely undervaluing.
Except for pancakes.
They're not a great seller for you, pancakes, Sammy. I love pancakes. Not your pancakes, but I love pancakes. Not sure what they're like? Start here. And this is really interesting. Some of you, this will be much easier than others. In the wellness environment, this is quite tricky. But we all want to gift someone health. If we said, what is the one thing, those who are parents or partners, what is the one thing you want for your children or partner? Health and happiness. And how can we gift that to someone? Maybe that is an angle to come in at. That's what we all wish for, because health is all we have. And when we don't have it, we know it. So where might these sort of gifting someone something, giving someone a treat or getting a treat, how can that spark ideas for your posts through December? And the final one, this is my favorite, the fill-in hooks. So you fill in the gaps with whatever it is that is for you and your business. The easiest way to enjoy that this December. If you want that without that, start here. Made for people who love that but hate that. And so on and so forth. You're signed to upgrade that before the holidays. If you only do one thing this week, make it blur. The quickest way I help people go from blur to blur or blur to blur, probably more likely, hopefully. 3 things I'm keeping simple this month, ... A, B, C. If blur is stressing you out, try this instead. Blah, blah, blah. So again, take a screenshot, pick one, flesh it out a bit, maybe come up with some ideas. Think about what is it bringing up for you in your head? What is it prompting you in your brain? So these are our candy cane hooks. Okay, so we've had our brain reaching out to all its corners to get ideas. I've given you prompts to spark ideas, but you've got your calendar, and ultimately what we want to go away with today is an idea in every single day of that calendar. So we are going to do rapid fire 12 posts of Christmas. This is rapid drafting. No perfection grammar. This is no overthinking. We are aiming for the bare bones, not sparkly baubles here. The sparkly baubles, you can put time in your diary afterwards to do that, but we want to get the bare bones of an idea in every single day. I'm going to read a prompt and you'll have a minute to rough out a caption or bullet points for the 12 back to back. You ready? Going to be rapid fire. Going to give you a prompt and you're going to rapidly do that. And then by the end of this, you're going to have 12 posts ready to put in that December calendar. Here we go. A festive but focused tip your clients will actually use. And hey, if you've got a couple of ideas here, scribble them down, but really try to think of a post, one that you can really solidly go, yeah, I could make a post on that. I can even think of that would be the sort of picture I'd use. That might be the hashtag I might use. thinking to those candy cane hooks we've just come up with. What candy cane hook might I use on that? A festive but focused tip your clients actually use. It might come from your offer. It might come from the festive words. Okay, moving on. Number 2, a before and after story. Either you or a client, make it your client if you can, from this year. Some of you have got oodles of these. Some of you might have to look a bit harder. Think about which business, think about what, maybe a few. What comes to mind? Maybe who comes to mind? And a story about it. Something that you can share that's really relatable, not just bunging up a before and after picture, making it really relatable to your client. What does your client want to believe? What do they want to think? What will they be thinking when they see that before and after? How can you answer those questions in that post? What can you share that answers those questions and eases any objections, eases any worries, any fears, any doubts, all within that before and after, whilst making it aspirational? Okay, moving on to number 3. Told you it was rapid fire. If I had 3 days to ... before Christmas, do with that one what you will. If I had 3 days to blah, blah, blah before Christmas. This might be random, might be fanciful, but whatever it is, needs to speak to your clients. If I had 3 days to wrap presents before Christmas, everyone would have a gorgeously folded gift wrap. They'd have twigs of holly in there. They'd have ribbons on every one. They'd have personally calligraphied messages, whatever it might be. I mean, that's my silly one that's just come to my head. If I had 3 days to myself before Christmas. And we're moving on, number 4, a value post. What you won't do for sales. What are your values? Let's bring out your values as a business owner here. So you might come at this from the angle of, you know, you won't want to buy from me if you're wanting this, because that's not what I do. That's not what I offer. Which gives you an opportunity to what you do. Interestingly, there's real thoughts on negative hooks really work really well at the moment. And you're seeing there's a a bit of a theme out at the moment of apology posts. Have you seen some of these out there where they're apology posts and people go, I'm really sorry, apology from Waitrose or apology from whoever, that, apology that you're going to get such amazing results that people are going to be really jealous of you. People are going to sort of turn their nose up at you because you're going to look so incredible. Apology that your photographs are going to be so enviable to all your family that they're all going to sort of think you've won the lottery because they're all going to look so expensive. I'm sorry that you're going to have lost so much weight that you're going to have to buy a whole new wardrobe by Easter. I'm really sorry about that, but that's what happens when you work with me. Not saying that's what this needs to be, but what it does need to show is your values. And what those apology posts do is they show the values of the person and what somebody stands for. Number 5. Think of a 30-second reel outline, Debs. Reel, remember that? Reel with 2 E's, not real EA. A 30-second reel outline, a myth and your fix. It doesn't have to be a reel, of course. This can be a post. This can also be a carousel. This can be anything. It can be a blog, can be an email, can be anything. But a 30-second outline of a myth and your fix. I need a new chair. My chair keeps sinking down and I'm getting look shorter and shorter every minute. Move on to number 6. Checklist carousel. So a topic in 5 steps, something that's 5 steps or 6 steps. I mean, the number is irrelevant, but something where there's a logical progression in a journey through something that's some topic. Again, come back to those content pillars. If you're not sure, think about something you could think about. A topic that might fit, you might have one for each one. Could be a topic under everything that your umbrella, your content pillars are. Something that takes a few steps, or there's a logical progression, there's a journey, and that's how we take it. So we can share that maybe in a carousel or maybe in another way, maybe in a reel, however you want. Maybe try and sketch out those steps so that you've got something more specific down. We're moving on to number 7, a proof post. Some social proof, a screenshot of a comment or a testimonial from a client. Video testimonials with someone's name is the gold of testimonials. It's the one you want. A photo testimonial with a full name, awesome also. A voice note. All of these things are real gold for testimonials. And then down the ladder, you've got the testimonial with initials or a testimonial anonymously. But if you can get a photograph of who it's from, if you can get their permission to use their photograph and their name with that testimonial, with that screenshot, that is the gold standard testimonial. And with that testimonial, some kind of lesson, not preaching a lesson, but what is the client going to get from that testimonial? What is it teaching them about you and your business? What is that testimonial teaching someone? So you might put the testimonial in an image, for example, but the caption, what is it that you can illustrate? What are they going to learn from that testimonial? Let's move on to number 8. A gift guide angle that fits your particular niche. So some sort of guide to gifting. This is laying out what people can buy from you or how they can gift what you have to offer. We sometimes think it's really obvious what we offer people. But just like at Christmas, people need it wrapped up in a parcel and given to them really clearly in order to actually take it and go for it. So even if we think what we offer is really clear and we talk about the benefits and we share all these other types of posts, we do also have to make it really clear what people can buy from us and how they can buy it, which is why things like you were talking, some of you, about doing a particular bundle. I know, Joe, you have quite a lot of success with bundles, and actually saying this month this specific bundle costs this. Now, it might cost the same as it always costs if you bundled that up, but the fact that you bundle it up, the fact that you say, did you know you can get this from me for this price? Oh, okay. And this is how you go and get it. You can get, now people always get one-to-one coaching with me. It's on my website. People can always do it. But until I actually say, right, I've got 3 slots for VIP days in January on this day, this day, this day, who wants them? I've bundled it up and wrapped it up and put it out there very clearly for people. Now, they could have booked that anyway, but because it's not wrapped up in a parcel and given to them, it's much harder for people to buy. Alrighty, let's move on to number 9. A community feature post. Shout out to a client or a peer or a small business. Now, this really shows that sense of gratitude and community and all of that sort of thing. I love the Aldi M&S relationship. I love it. I love that Aldi marketing always find every topical thing going on and angle it. And it's become this real love. There's such love for each other, and actually they shout each other out by posting. And that makes me, it's just like really warm and fuzzy and fun. So it's that sort of thing where you can really earn authority and trust with your clients by sharing other people that you value, other services that you value, other people that do what you do, that you can share that as well. So these are really valuable posts, this kind of post. Is there someone this year? Is there a client that's really made a difference to you? So we're not talking here client results per se. I'd suggest a peer or another small business is actually easier to do this kind of post for. Actually, I was coming across my memories on Facebook from COVID the other day, and a post came up, and I really I can't remember who it was. It was Burger King who put an advert in the paper telling people to go and buy McDonald's. And they said something like, we never thought we would ever be, encouraging people to order a McDonald's. But in the circumstances we are, we all win when we all win. We all need to encourage and get out there and order deliveries from these companies, because we're all going to fall on our asses in this time. And they actually made a marketing thing of it. They actually put a post on saying, we never thought we'd say go buy from McDonald's, but we're saying go buy from McDonald's, from KFC, from Wagamama, from whoever it is, where you can go out and spend your money to get a delivery in the times when we can't go out and go to the restaurants. So, that sort of thing, the shout outs, it really gives you, and I've remembered those things about those companies. I never buy Burger Kings, but actually that made me go, oh, okay. Number 10, a boundary post. Share your festive hours and boundaries and how they can be in contact with you. It's not mean to not be available on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. It's not mean to not be available for a whole week. But you've got to be clear with your clients, with your customers. When can they contact you? When can't they contact you? When are you available? When aren't you? What is the best way? Will you be looking at your emails once a day? If they send you a WhatsApp, will you be looking at it all day long, or will you come and look at it once a day? It doesn't matter what the boundary is, you get to choose. It's your business. The joy of being a business person is you get to choose when and how, but you do need to communicate that clearly, and your clients will not mind if they know where they can get help and when. Where they can, when they can buy from you, when they can call you, when they can speak to you. So think that one through. And we're moving on to number 11. A story sequence, a behind the scenes batching or packaging type post. A behind the scenes story of you in December. This could even be you in December doing your Christmas shopping. It could be a day in the life of a busy business owner having to squeeze in shopping. Who knows? I've no idea. But whatever that brings up for you, some kind of story sequence, behind the scenes, batching, packaging, sorting, wrapping, whatever that might be. I watched a video all the way to the end of a candle maker yesterday, making a contract she got with a coffee firm for 12 iced coffee candles. You know, we watch this stuff behind the scenes, watching her make the little jelly kind of ice cubes and then making the coffee mix and mixing it all and putting the wicks in and putting the little, you know, fascinating. Absolutely nothing to do with me, but I loved it. And if I was going to buy a candle, I'd go, oh, yeah. I love that. I loved seeing what you did. Don't we all love watching people make cakes, like cake decorating things and that sort of stuff? All that sort of nonsense, these sort of things. We get attracted and we get sucked into these things. We want to know a story. We want to see behind the scenes. And our last 12 posts of Christmas. One quick win your customer can do today using your offer or a free tip that you can give them. Just scribble down. No perfection here, no overthinking. Get all the ideas down. The bare bones of a post for each one. Now get that calendar out. Get that December calendar out and start to put those 12 posts of Christmas into that calendar. Start to scribble them down. You can do it in pencil if you want, or do it on post-it notes that you can arrange in 31 squares, whatever it is. Let's start to get them into the planner, those 12 posts of Christmas. And whilst you're there, those 5 or 6 posts, those 5 the offer pathway, those 5 posts. Give yourself a point, an elf point, for every prompt that you roughed out into a post that you can now schedule into that December. Be honest, Santa's watching. You want to stay on that nice list now. So fleshing out so popping those 12 posts in, popping your 5 offer pathway posts in. That's 17 posts before we start. Filling in the gaps. No problem, Faye. Thank you for joining. You'll get the recording, so you'll be able to catch up on the last bit. Great, Amanda. You've done it on your calendar on your phone. Awesome. Yeah, great, Joe. Absolutely. You can never have too much content. What you want to do is make sure, as a lot of you said at the very beginning, that it's meaningful. And it's only meaningful if it answers a question for your client or your customer. Every single post you put out there, you want to ask yourself, what is my client taking away from this? What are they learning? What are they getting from it? What do they know now? What am I answering for them? I'm excited about making new posts, Kelly. Yes, 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 absolutely. Because when you've got a strategy and when you've got your brain working on it in a sense of in a block of time like this, it is exciting when it's meaningful, because what you want to do is make a difference to your customers and your clients. And of course, you want to sell stuff to them because you want to make money. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in business. But you want to make a difference, and by having a strategy rather than just, oh, what can I post today, or oh, I don't know what I'm doing here, you know, there's no strategy, and then consequently it's almost worth not bother doing it, because what you'll put out is just rubbish. It's just for the sake of putting a post out there. And unfortunately, we are in a trust deficit. I've said this more than once in the last couple of months. We are in an environment where people are savvy. People know online much more. They know social media. They know that posts are about wanting to attract them in. We still love buying, but we want to make sure we are buying something that matters. We're in a very struggling economy. We want to make sure our money goes somewhere that really makes a difference to us. We want to know what the return on our investment is. Brilliant, Amanda. Yeah, all or nothing, Kelly. Very, very common. And what we've got to aim for is consistency. I'm not going to talk about it a lot tonight, but the algorithm in Meta has changed dramatically. And so if you're seeing falling numbers on all sorts of things, it's because the algorithm has changed and it is now AI driven rather than driven by your followers and what they like or don't like. It's now AI decides who sees your posts and when they see your posts. I won't go into the detail of it. I have got some like a cheat sheet that I can give people, but it matters now. The content and what you put, it really matters that it makes a difference to people. It has to be very crystal clear to the algorithm, to the AI that's looking at your post. It has to be crystal clear what it's about, who it's for, and what value does it give, what benefit for that person. All right, so you should now have in your 12 posts somewhere in your December calendar and your 5 pathway posts. So that's over half the month in. If you've got other ideas that you scribble down that came up when we were doing spin the wheel earlier, fill those in. Think about those. Start filling those gaps in. Think about weekly rhythms. If that helps you, you know, you've got things like, you know, Monday value posts, Tuesday proof posts, Friday community posts, whatever it might be, weekend wellness post, Monday motivation. You know, they may help you, but don't make it pithy. Make it come from, that can just be the overriding umbrella. Come back to those content pillars now. Look at those content pillars. Remember, anything that isn't those 3 or 4 topics, those 3 or 4 content that you want to be known for shouldn't be there, because essentially marketing is not talking about something new every day for 1,000 days. It's talking about one thing 1,000 times. We want you to talk about those 3 or 4 things over and over and over again in different ways. It's not about thinking about talking about different things. You need the message that goes out to be the same message all the time, so you get known for it, but in many different ways, coming from different angles. Have a think about, actually share in the chat, how many posts have you got filled in? Share in the chat, where are we up to? How many posts have you got filled in your grid? How many ideas? Let's see, how many we got? How many we got? Give me a number. Count them up. The whole month and spares, says Coach Collins. Yay! It's full when you add the spin the wheel, says Sammy. 17, says Alex. 19, says Judy. Brilliant. What awesome start here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. 14, says Kelly. 13 so far, Sally. 28, Samantha. Oh, brilliant. So look how full this is going, and just keeping this going. Again, just thinking through what are the questions they need to know. Keep asking yourself these questions. So give yourself 10 points if you've got 20 or more posts. Give yourself 5 posts if you've got 5 posts, 5 points if you've got 10 or more posts. I'm like Debs, a bit too tired now. Think about actually posts. I've got 10. You got 10, Sonia. Great. That's 10 more than you had. That is awesome. And I know that you're doing the work meaningfully, because I know that was your goal for the month. So that's brilliant. And we want to make sure these are meaningful. All right. So I'm going to move on to now pop the holly on the top, because I know people are getting tired. So let's pop the holly on the top. So what I want you to do now is transfer your calendar to a scheduling tool or a planner within 48 hours. So what I mean is, if you actually have a different planner and you've been working on a piece of paper, make sure this goes into something where you schedule it in the next 2 days, in the next 48 hours. Book out time in your calendar. I should have put this on here, but this is one of the things. Book out time in your calendar to finish this job. Now, if you don't already know, or you don't come along, I run a 2-hour free co-working every single Tuesday. Every Tuesday morning from 10 till 12, I run a free co-working session that any business owner can come to. I'm going to pop the registration link in the chat for anyone who hasn't got it, or doesn't come, or hasn't been before. So the registration link is in the chat, and I'll make sure that it's in the follow-up email with the replay as well. But that is every Tuesday, 10 till 12. Even if you can't make this Tuesday, but you have got, if you committed the 2 hours this Tuesday to finish, finalize, find the images, start to create this and get it scheduled. Explain what happens. It's very good, says Joe. I wish I could come more. It's brilliant. You bring whatever tasks you need to get done and nailed in that 2 hours. You can come for an hour. You can come for the first hour, the second hour. I'm there, so you can just pop on if you need to. But ideally, block out the time. So it's like your CEO time for your business, your time to work on your business, and you get to work on whatever works for you. We all come together, and in the first few minutes, we commit to what we're going to achieve in that time. And then we crack on. We have a break halfway through where I remind you to breathe, take your eyes off your screen, go have a cup of tea, go and have a wee, come back to it fresh-eyed, and then we work for the second hour. And again, a few minutes before the end, we just come back together and get complete on what we have done, what we haven't done, and what we're going to do going forwards. So that's what that does. But make sure that the point here for tonight is to make sure you've got time booked out to finish this job off and to create these posts. My next challenge to you is to batch your first 4 posts before the weekend. Those of you in my membership, we have 2 hours of co-working tomorrow. So you could do it then. Easy peasy lemon squeezing 4 posts. But if not, make sure you've just got a bit of time to do that. 4 posts at least before the weekend. And on these posts, post and tag me. Tag me at Nicola Roberts Coaching using the hashtag all I want for Christmas so that I can share your posts, like, comment, celebrate you for the work that you've put in, celebrate you for doing this planning. So make sure you post and tag me. I'm going to check out All I Want for Christmas every day on Facebook, on Instagram, and I want to see all your lovely faces coming up with glorious posts that you've created. Absolutely, Joe. Accountability. Brilliant. And then I've got a few things for you. So for coming on here today, I have for joining me and enjoying the festive fun with me. We've not had enough festive tunes, but it's very difficult to do music at the same time as thinking. And it's really important we do the thinking. I have got a PDF guide for you called 50 Quirky Ways to Create Engaging Content to help you fill in the gaps for December and going forward. 50 quirky ways to create engaging content. I've popped it in the chat for you to download right now. I will also attach it to your email. So that is my free gift to you all, as well as your little December. Yeah, we'll have to come Tuesday. Got badminton on Fridays. That's fun. Come Tuesday. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, the other thing I've got for you, should you want it, is a brand new Say It and Slay It daily prompt club. This is a WhatsApp thing. So this is only on WhatsApp. This is a very low-tech thing. It's my brand new Say It, Slay It daily prompt club starting on the 1st of December. It is £7 a month. Cheap as chips, because I really want people to get the most. And all that happens is every day on WhatsApp, you will get a prompt from me. And that prompt will give you a hook, the content, and the call to action or suggestions for those things, the angle to take on that post, so that you can, if you've not got something to post, or you want to put something extra, or you want a story that you want to post, because actually posting stories, it'll give you that. If that's something that you're interested in, then the link to join up with that, it's very lo-fi. There's no fancy sales page. It's just the link. You can sign up for it there, and it starts on the 1st of December. You just need to put your name, email address, and your phone number in there, obviously, because it is a WhatsApp thing. So this will be on WhatsApp. And that link allows you to sign up for that. That's absolutely fine, Sally. No problem. It's just if that's something that's useful to you and it's something you want, you can do it. If you don't, it's just there. It's just something I'm going to start. Awesome. And then we've got some prizes to give out because it's the end of the night. Okie dokie, my lovelies. If you have taken extra point, if you have filled in a block of time in your diary already at this point, no cheating and doing it now. If you've filled in a block of time, Take 2 elf points to add to your total. And pop those elf points in the chat. Tell me how many you've got. What's your total? What's your total elf points? Let's see who've we got. Oh, Alex is on 7. Sammy Ward on 24. Wowzers, girl. Wowzers, girl. Well done, Rachel. Kelly, 16. Awesome. Sonia, 11. Blooming brilliant. Samantha, 12. Coach Collins, 25. Crikey. How many did we get for over 20 posts? 10 points. Sally, 10 points. Julie's got 7. I forgot to track them. Well, that's because your head was so into the right angle, because elf points mean nothing. They are silly. They are ridiculous, but they mean nothing. But what you were doing was focusing on your clients and delivering your message. So that's far, far, far more important. Let me just, no, I'm going to stop sharing that so I can see you all at one time, which is awesome. 13. So I think, is there anyone else that hasn't yet shared? I think that makes you the winner, Coach Collins. And what you win, dun, 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 you're going to really like this. You win. I know you're going to like this. You're going to like this prize. I'm going to share. I've got to find a photograph. Where's my photo? Come on. Come on, computer. Bear with me. I'll show you a photograph of what you've won, Joe. I have to open the damn photograph up first. There we are. It is. You have won my brand new design. Share. Oh, not that. I don't want to share December. I want to share brand new design. Oh, it's a rubbish picture because it's so small. It's a tote bag. That's rubbish. I can't show you. It's a tote bag. It says, another day, another sleigh. Perfect. Joe Collins, you have won. You love a tote bag as well, don't you? Another day, another sleigh tote bag. I can't show you it anywhere else, I don't think, because I've not. It might be on my webpage, but it might not. It might be on Merchandise. I will get a better picture than that picture to show you. So well done, Joe Collins. That's awesome. Now, because you're all still live, I have got 4 more prizes. 3 are digital advent calendars, which you can still buy for £10 from me. So it's worth £10. But if you've not yet signed up, and I know lots of you haven't, I'm going to give away 3 this evening for joining me. So we are going to go to the wheel. If I can find the flipping wheel. Desktop 2. I'm sharing what? Sharing my screen. We need to get out of there, get out of the presentation. We need to go to the wheels. And I've got another wheel. Oh, I've just closed the wheel. That's a bit rubbish. Edit, undo. Thank you. I've got another wheel. And this wheel has got all your names on it. Everyone who registered. Oh, that's where I saw Jeff, because it was on here. Oh, no. That's rubbish. It's all gone. No, 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 no. We're going to do it on a wheel. Hold on a moment. This will take me but 2 seconds to get your names, everyone who signed up to register. Now, you only get these prizes if you are live. So I'm really sorry. If you are watching on catch up, then these prizes are not for you. I'm having to close down my million of windows that I've opened during this so that I can actually, there we are. Right. Come back wheel, pop you all in. Excellent. Hide you all. There we go. Gonna spin the wheel. If you're here live, you get to win 1 of 3 digital advent calendars. So you get a video from me, a 1 to 2 minute video every day, guiding you through December. Sammy Ward.
Have I not got one already?
You have got one already. So you
put it back in the pot. I'll put it back in the pot.
You want to put it back in the pot. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to remove you because you could win my final super duper Santa special present. Who's going to win? That's hilarious. Sammy, you need to do the lottery today, lovely, because that's never happened to me before. Twice in a row. If you come up third, I'm doing the lottery. Oh, Faith's not on the call. Faith's not on the call. I'm going to remove Faith because she's not live. This could take us some time. There's lots of people registered for the recording. Oh, Joanne Lawn's not on the call. We're going to remove her. Dun, dun, dun. Sally Booth.
I've got one already.
You've got one already. I'm not going to remove you. Do you want to gift it to someone in your life? Or do you want to...
I don't have a line.
A life, I said, not a line. Anyone. If you want to gift it to someone that you know, you can gift it to a buddy or anyone.
Can I gift it to Carol, even though she's not on the membership anymore?
Yeah, of course you can. It's nothing to do with the membership. Yeah, of course. So Carol Hodge is getting a gift, because we're all about giving and gifting and gratitude, from her buddy, because you buddy up, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Carol Hodge wins a gift from Sally Boo. I'm not going to remove you because you're going to stay in for Super Santa special present. So that's one of our gifts finally gone. One of our digital advent calendars. Linda Williams was on this call live. Is she still on this call live? She is. Linda, congratulations. Linda, you also win my digital advent calendar through December to keep you guided and get you through and kick your butt. To make sure you stay focused on your business and away from the distractions. Oh, Bella, sorry you're not on, Bella. That's Wiz. Let's see who else is there. Let's see who else is there. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Do you know what? That's gone to Samantha Thomas. Samantha Thomas, you're going to win that because you're the
Yay.
to you.
Thank
And we
you.
can't keep going forever. So Samantha Thomas, you have won it also. So that's the 3 digital advent calendars given away. And the last prize is for a 1-hour power hour coaching session with me that you can take either in December or you can take in January. And you can work on any aspect of your business strategy, your personal confidence, anything you want to work on specifically, you can do in that hour. So let's see. And you do have to be on live for this one. There's no gifting this one. It's one of you ladies that's going to win it. Oh, is it? Oh, Sonia! Joe, that was so close, but you've just had a whole day. Sonia! Awesome. Sonia, we can do that and arrange that any time that suits you, my love. Congratulations. Right, well,
What an honour.
Oh, an honour. Oh, bless you. Thank you. It is an honour. It's an honour to spend time with people. And it's been an absolute honour to spend time with all of you guys tonight. Really, it has. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for always supporting me and being in my world. It really makes a difference to me, and I hope I make a difference to you. My goal is to serve you with simple strategy that makes your life as a solo business owner easier, simpler, more fun, more in love with your business, more motivated on every way, shape or form. So you hopefully have just built almost all, if not all, a full December. And remember, if you've got 12 posts, if you've got 17 posts, that you haven't got 31 is no shame, because you don't have to post every day. You have to post consistently. Consistency is the winner, Rachel Lowe. I can see you grinning at that. You definitely don't have to do every day. You really don't, but you do have to be consistent. So if you've got 15 posts, that's one every other day of Christmas. Think about your business. Think about when in the month those posts need to come. Think about your clients and what they need to hear. And hopefully you've now built out your December. If you put the time in this next week to make sure those posts are created and scheduled, you will have a December with that massive job ticked off your list, without the chaos of that in there. I'm really proud of every single one of you tonight. So go forth and slay December in both ways, SLEIGH and SLAY. Another day, another sleigh in front of me every day. The replay and resources are coming to your inbox. If anyone has anything they want to share to wrap us up, thank you for the love in the chat, by the way. Anything, you can unmute because we're quite a small band now. Please do.
Oh, how's Cassie, by the way?
Oh, do you know what? Well, I was going to say, she's forgiven me. Those who were on my lunch and learn in my membership today knew that she was making me suffer because I gave her the sedatives and the drugs. So she didn't like me very much because she had to go have her. For those who don't know, this is my dog, Cassie, and Cassie went and had her hysterectomy. She was spayed, so she's got a big wound in her tummy and feeling very sorry for herself, very sleepy. But I took her out for a wee earlier and she was running around, so she's actually feeling much more herself, and the painkillers have kicked in, so she's good. She did spend most of this workshop sat in the office behind me, which is where she normally lives in the day when I'm here. Anyone else want to share an insight that they got out of tonight? Anything that has made it worthwhile coming and giving up 2 hours of your very precious time to work on your business?
Seeing your lovely face and hearing your voice.
Oh, Samantha,
We've
it's
missed
been
it.
too long. It's been too long, hasn't it? Yeah, oh, it's lovely to see you as well. So thank you for joining. I'm really glad that did. Have some more of me in your life. Make sure you come on my
Absolutely.
freebies, join my bits and pieces. You know, I'm always doing bits and pieces. Anyone else want to share to wrap us up for the evening?
Yeah, I just say I love the 12 days quick fire, because
Yes.
I've now got 12 posts that I will definitely do.
Brilliant. And it doesn't have to be a great big long thing. It just has to be focused. One thing I will be doing in January, I'm not ready to launch it yet, but I will be doing the 90-day visibility challenge that I know you loved it, Alex. And I know, Sonia, I think you got a lot out of it when you did it this time as well, didn't you?
We did love it, didn't we, Sonia?
We
I did
did.
out after 60 days, I'm
Jeff,
afraid.
I know it
Because I
completely
got so busy.
transformed his social media. Brilliant. So 90-day visibility challenge will be coming up in the new year as well. It's a low-cost challenge that takes 3 months, but it just gives you that container, I hate that word, but it does give you a container of structure and support to take you every day through 90 days of posting.
And I think it was the interaction as well, Sonia, wasn't it? The fact that we were going into each other's posts and commenting, we were learning from each other and also kind of really helping the algorithm. I thought it was awesome.
Brilliant. Thank you. Well, awesome. Well, we're going to do it again because it helps us all. For those of you who've already jumped in, I can see a few of you have already jumped into the Say It, Slay It, Say It, Slay It club. That is going to be a really, really handy prompt club. I'm in one to do with AI prompts, to do with specific, something to do with specific with funnels. And I find it invaluable to just get in my WhatsApp every day, something that just triggers me to do some kind of content. It's not always a full post, or it's not always a full whatever, but it just can trigger and get you thinking in a way that keeps you focused in the right place. But thank you for joining me today. I've really enjoyed it. I shall wave goodbye with my candy cane. Good night, sweet dreams.
Bye.
And let the
Bye,
sparkle
everyone.
begin. Take care, my lovelies. Bye for now.